You see my driveway over there next to my camper? I made them bring in a load of stone over there.
It's August 7th, 2009, and we're at the Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival. Is this the 8th annual already?
8th or 9th, isn't it? What does it
Is
say?
it? What does it say? It's the 8th annual,
okay.
Yeah!
Passes by so fast.
Cookie, how you doing?
Fantastic, buddy. Fantastic.
We've been doing this before. We ought to know our way. The mud's not quite as deep as it was last year.
No, we got a little wet. A lot of wet last night, a little wet this morning.
But the weather forecast is beautiful for the next few days. It should be a great weekend here.
I hope the weatherman is, telling the truth this time.
I was over in St. Lawrence County just after their big Bluegrass Festival this year. Did you go over?
Madrid? Oh, it was fantastic. I was there, yeah.
Was it good?
Good festival.
I talked to a lot of people who were going, and they look forward to it every year.
Les Haas is running that now. The part of it, and Tammy's doing the other part. It'll be a 4-day festival next year. It's going to be a big festival. They're going to have the Gibson brothers, and they're going to have 2 or 3 other big bands that he's hired already. He's going to have Donnie Perkins, and Donnie Perkins, you just missed Donnie.
I thought I just saw him over there.
Yeah, they did an open stage. Donnie Perkins and band and the Food Stamp Ramblers.
No wonder he's got his tie
and they
on
do a
everything.
fantastic job. That's good. But yeah, he's got to do the national anthem coming up. Just before the official stuff starts, he's going to do the national anthem. That's why he's all dressed up. They asked him to. And asking the Canadian, there's a Canadian lady's going to sing it, and he's supposed to fiddle with, play the violin for him while she sings the Canadian national anthem.
We have a light breeze at about 70, 72 degrees. We've been here in some pretty bad weather conditions over the last few years, but this year I think it's going to be okay. I noticed the Gibsons are not going to be here this weekend.
No, that's too bad. Everybody misses them. Maybe in a future date they'll work something out with them, I guess. I don't know. I hope so.
But it looks like we're going to have some nice bands anyway.
Very good bands. White Mountain Bluegrass is exceptional. Acoustic Blue, they're friends of mine, and I'll back them right to the end because they got the stage presence. I mean, you get on the stage and they take the whole audience as part of their, as they're part of their act. They're very, very, very loose and very good, likable on stage, and they tell jokes, do good music. They got a fantastic lead singer, Corey, and the bass player's an old friend of mine from way back, left-handed bass player, and he's from a friend of mine from way back in the 80s.
No kidding.
Yeah, Bear Acker, and he's been a good friend just for so many years.
Well, there'll be some North Country favorites, some Vermont favorites.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The Atkinson family will be here again, and they're just nice people.
They're great people, and they have a great following, and everybody likes them, and their personalities are wonderful. And Dick is great, and his wife and his girls, and they do a nice job.
For those people who may be listening to this program for the first time, they have no idea what the Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival is all about. It's getting to be a big deal. After 8 years, this spot 2 miles on the Vermont side of the Rouse's Point Bridge is becoming pretty famous around the country.
Oh, fabulous. We're hearing about it all over. I was down in central Vermont this summer at Tunbridge at a festival down there. I brought down a handful of tickets. I sold a lot of tickets down there.
Should have known you.
I sold a lot in Lafargeville. I sold a lot in Madrid. Up in Brandon, Vermont, I sold a lot of tickets. And everybody, it's popular. Everybody knows it, and they got good bands. They got, he's got Cabin Fever, which is good friends of mine too from Albany. He does a good job, and he's got I don't know the Grascals. They're a big name. They're a national name. The Rhodes Scholars are from Montreal. I know them, but I don't. I haven't heard them in a while. Bob DeGree's been here for 3 or 4 years, so they've all, and they've all done very well. And of course, they're on to Vincent again. She does good in her style of music,
They love her. They love her here. They loved her last year. They mobbed her when
I'm a traditional. I love traditional bluegrass, real old traditional stuff, and that's hard to get. Now, White Mountain Bluegrass does that. Very, very good stuff, and a lot of them are a little looser on their, than they're on their tight bluegrass.
Well, like every other kind of music, bluegrass music goes through changes from time to time, and I try to tolerate all kinds of music, and I'm with you. I love the old mountain music.
There's nobody.
I love the old music too.
I tolerate a lot of because I got a grandson that plays in a rock band in Ohio, so that's unique.
Oh, there's tolerance at its best.
Yeah, he's great at it.
Yeah.
Not my kind of music, but he does a fantastic job.
I wanted to mention that a big part of this Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival is the fact that people come from, some of them hundreds of miles around, to camp here. They buy their ticket, they get the free, they call it rough camping.
Yeah. If you were to go around and check the area, we have a motorhome from South Dakota. We have a motorhome from Missouri. We've got quite a few from Maine, Massachusetts, a lot in Florida. We've got them quite a few different areas in here. I was quite amazed. I asked the guy from from South Dakota, a beautiful big motorhome, and I said, "You travel around the country and do this?" And he says, "Yes, we do." He says, "We were going by and we saw the sign." And he says, "Instead of camping, this is fantastic." So they stopped here, and he says, "We got the music besides." I says, "You're right."
And thank goodness for the internet. And people just noodle around looking for bluegrass festivals.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them do just make the tour.
Yeah.
You've been going to bluegrass festivals for as long as I've known you.
Yeah, forever, yeah. Since back in the late 70s, I think.
Yeah.
And good festivals,
You meet so many wonderful people.
People are wonderful. Bluegrass people are fantastic. And after the festival's done, you don't find a piece of paper on the ground. You don't find anything. Yeah, they're clean. Makes a big difference. And then the people that you met in the festival up in Lafargeville, come over and they say, "Oh, hi, how you doing? We met you over in Lafargeville," and then they'll call. We'll be going by and they'll holler at you, because I'm directed bringing in campers with the 4-wheeler, And they'll holler at me and say, "Don't remember me? I was up in Madrid, or I was up." Fantastic people, just nice people,
This started out as a farmer's field, and it is a farmer's field for the rest of the year.
It's agricultural. That's why there's no buildings here. See, everything is portable. Even the stage is portable.
Even the porta potties, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, very portable.
But they got the nice stage right up behind us. They have an open stage. In the afternoon, the first day.
They did it a little while ago.
They had the open stage. There'll be bands playing off and on throughout the afternoon and evening. And there's a section on the program that says all night picking.
Oh yeah, and that's great stuff.
I love it.
If you get a chance to talk to they were on a few minutes ago, the Canadians over there. You've met them before. Yeah. The group, and they pick until 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. They're great, and. It's fun to be, and then Bill White is here from Ontario, and he has a band, and he's up here, and his whole band is here, and they just come in to see the show and stuff. They were picking last night, and it's fantastic. The music is great.
A lot of people just drive in and park here and then go home, or they'll come back tomorrow. Yeah. They'll come back throughout the weekend.
The gentleman over there, the 4 gentlemen standing. The gentleman in the green on the right, and one of the other gentlemen belonged to a band called Cedar Ridge out of Albany, and they're up here. They came up here for the open stage.
And you got to be kidding!
No, and they
just for the open stage,
so that in order for the people here to see them, so they'll hire them next year, And if you don't get out there, nobody knows you're here. See, as far as Acoustic Blue and Cabin Fever, I told Steve about them, and I told him, I says, they're good people, they're good bands, people will like them. And it worked out. They did. People say, "Hey, is Cabin Fever coming this year?" "Yeah, they'll be here." "I like that guy singing." "Yeah, okay." And then he'll say, "When's he going to get Acoustic Blue?" I says, "As soon as I can." He called him last year. He says, "Well, we're booked for this year, but we're available next year." So here they are this year.
Cookie, it's a wild and crazy world we live in. A lot of pressures in our daily lives with our families, with the economy, with our businesses and our jobs. But every now and again, we have to get back to the earth. And to get our feet firmly planted, there's nothing like a bluegrass festival.
Well, it's relaxing, you know.
Yeah, it's wonderful. People will fill this entire area later
completely.
on.
At night, this place will be totally filled for Rhonda
Let's
Vincent.
hope they don't have to have any umbrellas.
And Acoustic Blue, and you know, any others, and tomorrow for Cabin Fever. And when Mac and Hazel from the White Mountain Bluegrass come in, it'll be the same way, because they're old timers and the old time music, you know.
That's good for people like you and me, right?
Yeah, I love the old stuff. The faster the banjo picks, and the faster the fiddle fiddles, I enjoy it, you know.
Isn't that great?
Great stuff.
Cookie, thanks so much for being here again, for your friendship over the years. We'll talk to some people and listen to some music, and we'll find you if we need you.
Not a problem. You know the people that you want to talk to and everything, and like I say, if you get a chance to pick up some of the music of some of the bands, you'll like.
We'll do that too.
And they have no restrictions. They're not like some people don't care about it, but they have no restrictions on their people, recording them.
All that, it's like sunshine. What else could you ask for it at the Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival? Well, the Warners are here. Hey, Fred, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Where's that banjo?
Oh, it's back at the camper, back at Donnie's camper.
I heard you. Have you played already today?
Yeah. I played twice up on stage. I played once with the Food Stamp Ramblers. That's our new group, Donnie and his sister Phyllis, her husband Joe, and myself.
Stamp Ramblers.
Yeah, we've all played free so many times. We said if we don't get a paying job pretty soon, we'll all be on food stamps. So we call ourselves the Food Stamp Ramblers.
I love it. When did that all start?
We practiced a lot, one and two times a week all winter.
No kidding.
And we got a really good sound, and so then our first festival was in Lafargeville in June, and then we did a show recently in Wilmington, and then we did this. And now we're booked next year for Madrid, and we got some stuff coming up.
But did you go to Madrid this year?
No, didn't get a chance.
I just missed it, but I just got back from camping up at Coles Creek up there in the St. Lawrence. I love that area. But Cookie and a bunch of other people said it was fabulous.
Yeah.
You didn't go either?
No, her daughter graduated from high school, so and that was on that weekend. So we
can only do what you can do.
Priorities.
Yeah. So you guys played. I understand he's going to do the national anthem later on.
Yep.
That's why he left his tie on, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Then the other band that I play with is Cedar Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
I picked on them for quite a few years.
Oh, yes.
They're out of the Saratoga area.
Right.
They're a lot of fun to play with, and they went over well today too. So
I often try to talk to people about how important music is to our lives. And as you know, not because I played many instruments over the last 50 years, but because I played a lot of music and talked to a lot of musicians, it's a real big deal for me. And for you, there probably would be no life if it weren't for music.
Oh, I don't know if I'd have much of a life at all. I eat, sleep, and breathe music, I think, always have.
Are you still writing songs all the time?
Yep.
Are you really?
Matter of fact, I just finished writing a banjo piece that I call Shake and Bake because
here we go, Shake and Bake, baby.
Phyllis put on a Shake and Bake chicken dinner for us the other night at practice, and geez, we were all so hot, and we blamed it on the Shake and Bake. We said it's got to be the Shake and Bake. And we had such a good hot practice. I had made up this tune, I hadn't named it. And so I decided I'll name it the Shake and Bake Breakdown.
Isn't that a Shake and Bake Breakdown?
So that's a neat banjo piece.
Perfect name.
Already Donnie's got a super hot fiddle break for it,
Oh, really?
Everybody else caught right on.
You haven't recorded it yet?
Not yet, no.
You haven't done a CD this year?
No, we haven't. No, we're talking about it. We're thinking seriously about it. I've been working on in the archives in the studio. Both of us have with Donnie's other material. We're resurrecting the Bits and Pieces CD that he has, and a couple other ones, and just maybe thinking of doing another fiddle CD for Donnie. And I'm thinking of doing a bluegrass CD.
I think you ought to do a bluegrass CD.
It's hard to get around to it.
You know, when you get to be 80 or 90, those fingers aren't going to move nearly as fast.
I'm noticing already they're slowing down.
You know, I've always loved the banjo. When you were a little kid, did you like banjo music?
Yes, I did. But I didn't understand banjo music until I got to be about 18 or 19. And I had self-taught, and I had 4 fingers going. And this fella said, you know, we didn't have a television. And he said, if you watch television, you'll see that those fellas are using 3 fingers. Well, I had to learn all over again. And there was a fellow in Sable Forks, Ricky Perro, that showed me a roll or two and got me started. That's how I got going on.
How many banjos do you have right now?
I've just got 1 banjo.
Come on.
No, that's it. That's it.
You got to be kidding me.
I got an awful bunch of fiddles, though.
Oh, I know you got lots of fiddles. I thought you'd have 4 or 5
No,
banjos.
I've just got this one, and I hope nothing happens to it, because it's a 1959. Gibson only made 20 RB250s that year, and this one's number 7.
Here we go, Antiques Roadshow.
That's it. Yeah, and it's worth a lot of money, and I've hung on to it over the years. I got a really good deal. A banjo collector said, I want you to have this banjo. Guy from Connecticut that likes my banjo picking, you know, so, and he was very, very kind, and I got the banjo at a good fair price. So I haven't had any reason to get another banjo.
You know, we're going to be here for a couple hours. I would love to hear that shake and bake.
Yes, well, we're going to be picking over Donnie's after he does the national anthem. We're going to get together over at his place. So why don't you stop by?
I hear some good banjo music. We just might walk through the puddles to find you guys.
That'd be great.
It's great to see you, my friend. Have a wonderful weekend. You too.
Thank you.
She talks too much.
I know.
Let's see you later.
Take care.
Well, I was born and I was raised in the country. The seed I think nowhere it's paid in the farm I live in, and it's put a big burden on me. Won't you take me back to the country where I can sit beneath the shady tree, where I can walk 4 miles through the grass and feel the golden earth beneath my feet? Well, there's a woman said she loves me, and someday may be my wife. Oh, I'm gonna move her out of the city. I'm gonna give her a taste of country life. My kids are gonna be raised country style, like the flowers and the trees that go wild. They'll run like a deer in the evening and know the feeling of being a country child. Won't you take me back to the country where I can sit in the shade, where I can walk 4 miles through the land and feel the golden earth beneath my feet?
Excuse me, Donnie Perkins is going to help her.
Jeannie Arsenault from Chateauguay, Quebec is going to sing the Canadian national
Okay, Gene,
anthem.
when you're ready.
Donnie Perkins left his tie on, so we know he's going to help.
Ô Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurs glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix, ton histoire est d'une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard.
Thank you, Jeannie. And Donnie's also going to play the Star Spangled Banner for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donnie.
Donnie hit all the high notes and didn't forget a word.
Isn't that amazing? And I can actually hear two or three people singing in the background
The
too.
annual Lake
That's great.
Champlain Bluegrass.
We got a little picking in the background.
Sounds good.
We love to meet new people. They meet the best people at bluegrass festivals.
Isn't
Mike
that-
Paul Camp from Malone, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
That's great. You're a citizen, born and brought up, born and raised.
In the big city of Malone.
Isn't that great? He walked up and made a suggestion that our show sometime feature Frank Sansone at Sansone's restaurant right by the fairgrounds. It's been there since I was a little kid, and I don't know when he started the restaurant, do you?
I'm not sure, but
I don't even know if he started it or somebody before
It
him.
might have been in the family. I'm not sure, but I know Mr. Sansone, as I call him, my neighbor, he goes to work every day and
Isn't it
still makes
amazing?
that world famous spaghetti sauce of his, that we enjoy. And
He's in his late 70s. I compared him to Arnie Pavone, who's in his almost middle 80s, running Pavone's or Arnie's restaurant here in Plattsburgh for years. Those are the salt of the earth, those old guys, aren't
they
they?
truly are. They truly are. So much can be learned from people like that.
Mike, what do you do for a living?
I'm retired from Alcoa in Messina.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, 31 years.
I don't know how business is going in Alcoa these days. I haven't been paying attention.
Well, I think things are looking up.
they picking
I
up?
have a friend of mine who's still a supervisor there, and he was telling me that things are starting to pick up. So that's a good sign.
How did you get hooked on bluegrass music?
Well, I've always loved music. I played in bands
Have you
growing
really?
up, and a couple years ago, I kind of was invited to one of these bluegrass festivals, and I've been hooked ever since.
Isn't it wonderful?
It sure is.
I thank you so much for stopping by, Mike. It's
And
great to
thank you.
meet you. Best of everything.
Thank you very much.
See you later, my friend. Bye-bye. You see me bouncing up and down. That's because the Rhodes Scholars are on the stage.
You got it. That's
Donnie
good music.
Perkins, how are you, my friend?
Good. And how are you, Gordy?
You dressed up just for me today or what?
Well, I dressed up for everybody.
I heard you played already before the national anthem.
Oh, yes. We had a ball. Fred and I, Phyllis and Joe, we put this thing together last year. All winter we drove ourselves nuts. We played our first festival in Lapardsville.
I heard you
First
did.
of June. Oh, man, it was great.
Yeah, we had Fred on here about 20 minutes ago. We were chatting about his new banjo song there.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
what-
Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake. He talked about Phyllis cooking one night and during practice. Isn't that amazing how we
I
name
know.
those
You
songs?
gotta have food to keep that banjo and the fiddle and bass and guitar going.
So bring me up to date. What have you been doing since I talked to you last?
Well, practicing music. That's
Every day?
basically, just not every day, but maybe every 3-4 days. We're gonna try to do it twice a week this fall in the next year because we're going to Madrid next year.
I heard you were. I think that's wonderful.
Oh, I'll tell you, I wanted to play there, but I didn't get a chance. It hadn't have been for Cookie. You know, it's
He's the first one that told me about it. That's a good festival over
well,
there.
I played there with Andy Palenko there for about, I played for him for 16 and a half, 17
Oh,
years.
yeah.
And we played there a good share of those years. So, boy, I'll tell you, couldn't have had any more fun than with Andy, I'll tell you. It's just so relaxed. It's like a family get-together all the time. And when you're playing music, you know, you get on the stage, it's behind in the campers is where all the
We
fun is.
discussed that earlier because all the cares of the world are just left behind when you're playing music, right?
That's right. You know, you just can't get enough of it. Yeah, and it's just when it's born in you, Gordy, you've got to let it out somehow.
I know Fred's been writing some songs lately. Have you written any lately?
No, I haven't. I've been trying to rack my brain for some, but then I got to thinking there's a lot of material that we've got to start doing that's already been written.
And Fred said you're trying to resurrect some of the old bits and pieces.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. You got to do that because, you know, if you think of music, there's so much music there. All you do is just scratch the end of the iceberg.
Isn't it amazing?
There's so much music out there. When some people just stay the same songs all the time, I like to do different. Not every show, but most every show. I don't like the same music going on. I like to have it a little bit different because you feel better and the people will feel better because you're doing something different. Still the music, kind of music they like, but it's a different song.
We're not leaving here today till we hear Shake and Bake, you know. We got to find you guys. You and Fred are going to have to drag it out for us.
Well, we're just up. See where that tree is over Cookie's camper?
You think we can't find you?
I know you can find me.
Do you know these guys that are playing now?
No, I know they know me, but I don't know them.
Everybody knows you. Come on, Donnie.
I know.
Not that you're older than anybody.
I know. I'm older than dirt. There is some dirt here, but a lot of water too.
Well, I'm glad it's not raining right at the moment.
Praise the Lord and pass the biscuits because, you know, and when it rained the other night, I got here Wednesday early. I said, well, it's nice. I'm going to get here and set my camper up. Great. So when I got here, a couple guys told me, he said, well, thank God you're here today and not last night. I said, what do you mean? He said, 9 o'clock it poured. 5 or 4 o'clock that next, 9 o'clock at night, and then 4 o'clock in the morning, it come down again. Well, we were very, very fortunate that we didn't get any rain then the next day. So, and then of course we saw.
We didn't get any Thursday. You guys got hammered.
There you are. You know, you're going to get it one way or the other. You're going to take what God gives you. You don't have to like it.
You got it, baby. We're going to talk to you later, and we're going to hear Shake and Bake.
Well, we'll do that for you.
Thanks,
like
Donnie.
I say, we're over that area. Thank you,
We'll
Gordon
find you.
and Calvin.
Have a
Take
great
care.
day, will you?
You too.
Good festival. Let's listen to a little bit of the Rhodes Scholars.
On the 14th, first quarter shows on the windows, and the wood stuff smokes and glows. As the fire grows, we can warm our souls, watching rainbows in the cold. And she talked up till she walked up, far above the timberline. There are nights I only feel right, Carolina in time.
The Rhodes Scholars.
We're helping host the Jam Tent later
Look who's here, Donnie Mae. How are you?
Good. It's John May.
Oh, is it John? I thought it was. Why did I think Don? I told Calvin, I'm getting. The older I am, the harder it is to remember name. John.
I know the feeling.
Glad to have you here. Do you come every year?
We come every year, yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's boy. This is getting to be world famous. This
It's a great
festival,
time.
isn't it?
It's a great time.
Yeah. You like old time music?
Yeah,
I know
born
you
and
know
brought up with it.
I know you know Donnie Perkins.
Oh,
We just
yes.
talked to Donnie and Fred a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
They've got a new banjo song that I want to hear called "Shake and Bake."
Donnie has, or?
Well, Fred wrote it.
Fred
but
wrote it?
He and Donnie will
Okay.
play it for us over at their camper a little while later. So you were born and brought up with this kind of music.
Down in
huh?
Crown Point.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah,
John?
yeah.
How'd you end up in our neck of the woods?
Well, I was a forest ranger for 38 years.
Oh, that's right, too.
Yeah.
Of course you were. I remember
Yeah,
that.
I ended up here.
And you got into politics.
5 years was enough.
It's a tough business, you know. Politics are very, very difficult, but I admire anybody who throws their hat in, even
Well-
for a little while, John.
Yeah, I figured it was kind of a duty to do, you know.
Yeah. Well, where did you work when you were forest ranger?
Right in the town of Saranac.
Did you
Yeah,
really?
Saranac, Blackbrook, up into Franklin County.
You got to see country that people rarely see, didn't you?
Problem is, mostly at night.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But we do have a beautiful part of the country up
We
here.
got a great part.
Every time I leave this area to go on vacation, I find myself talking about the North Country.
We've been all over the country and a lot of the world, and this is the best.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
great place to raise a family and so on.
Yeah.
Do you go to any of the other festivals, or
Yeah, we go to.
I heard Madrid was great this year.
I
over
haven't
in
been
St.
down there,
Anne's
but
County.
we've been to New Hampshire and different ones around. You know, whatever strikes us, we go.
This is real basic good music, isn't it?
It is, yeah, right down to earth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I love it.
Yeah.
And thank goodness the earth isn't all mud this year here.
Well,
Other years we've had a few problems.
Vermont's a tough place to have a festival.
It is.
Well, the clay soil holds the moisture.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
They got lots of big tractors to help out if they need them.
one full-time one all the time.
You got that. John, have a great day.
Yes.
Good to
okay.
see you.
Good to see you guys.
later.
Thank you.
I just bought this hat.
Hey, we got a little sunshine today.
Yeah.
Nice. Leonard Bulris, how are you?
Pretty good, you?
I've been doing great. Do you come every year to the festival?
Yes, I do.
Isn't it great?
Yes, I love it.
Where do you live, Len?
I live in Champlain.
Well, you don't have a hoop and a holler. You could almost swim across.
Yeah. My daughter's a vendor over here.
Oh,
so,
no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
She sells all that magnetic stuff and all for rings and
oh, no
bracelets.
kidding. I forgot to mention when we started today that they do have a craft fair here today.
Yeah.
Does she come over every year? With
Every
her stuff?
year, yeah.
I think I probably walked by her last year. I don't think we interviewed her. But Calvin says you got to talk to Yankee fans. Well, the Yankees are doing very well this year.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good so far. But
Won that big game with Boston. Now if we can win another one tonight. We're doing this on the 7th day of August 2009.
Yeah.
For those people who just turned on the television, we're in Alburgh, Vermont. I can't think of any other better place to be during the festival, right?
yes.
You really like bluegrass
yes.
music, Len?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I play the guitar myself and sing a
Oh,
little bit.
really? No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Where's
I
your
love it.
guitar?
Well, I'm going to bring it. I got to put new strings on it there.
Oh.
Bring it tomorrow, I guess.
Well, I won't be here tomorrow, so we'll just make believe Len's playing right along with the group. Do you know any of these bands here?
No, I don't.
There's some great bands that they're
Yeah.
bringing in. We like them. Some of them we've never heard of. We love the Atkinsons from
tremendous.
Watertown. They're just nice people, and boy, they make some good music, don't they?
There's one, the fiddle player, Donnie Perkins.
Yeah, Donnie.
I know him good.
Donnie's a good friend, and Fred is too. And I just said that Fred wrote a new banjo song called "Shake and Bake," and I gotta go over to their camper and hear it. I bet you they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Len, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Just want to say hello and howdy, and
Appreciate it.
have a great day and a good festival weekend.
Yeah,
will
you
ya?
too.
See you later,
Yeah,
Len.
take care.
Well, we get behind the scenes a little bit here into what was formerly the one of the camping areas, and now we have a tenting area out by the cornfield. Cookie told us how they flattened it all out and filled it in. There's hardly even a ditch there anymore, and so they've expanded the facilities here at the Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival in Alburgh, Vermont. Lots and lots of your friends and neighbors here, and I'll bet you wish you were here too. Well, unless I miss my guess, there'll be another one even bigger and better in the year 2010. This is the 8th annual, and it is a good one. Tinker Palmer, he's carrying the load here. Tables and chairs, that's what it's all about.
That's what it is.
I see your name on this table.
That's why I know who I am.
That card table looks like it might be just about as old as you are, too.
No, not quite.
Here we are again.
Yes.
Here we are again. It looks like it's going to be a good one.
This is going to be the best.
I think the weather gods are on our side for a change after last night.
I think Mester's right today, for once.
You think so, huh?
I think he might be right on. Tom may be on this week.
I was surprised that when I heard you guys got rain last night because we didn't get a drop.
We got it this morning, too.
Did you really?
Yeah, we had a good storm this morning.
Oh,
Not long, but, it was hard.
Well, we remember some of the mud holes we had here in the past.
Well, this is not the year we're going to call it the Mud Fest.
Yeah, no, not the Mud Fest. Looks like a good festival, though. Lots of people here.
Yeah.
We heard lots of chatter about it in the weeks and months building up to it. See what you started all those 8 years ago?
Well, it's been fun. It's a family fun fest. That's what it is.
People know about it in many states. You look in the parking lot at some of those motorhomes and campers, and you'll see South Dakota and a few other states. People passing by say, we saw the sign, we turned in.
I saw somebody today that had 4 years ago seen a sign in Loudon.
No, come on.
And they were selling tickets in Loudon, and he didn't have a camper. And this year he got a camper, and he's here.
Isn't that amazing?
That's true.
Is there any better way to spend a few days than over
really.
here in Alburgh, Vermont?
No, old friends.
Listen to music.
Great place to meet your old friends. Get them to come year after year. These are friends, old business associates.
Oh, really? From way back when?
Way back when, from New Hampshire. And she's from Florida. And they have friends from Florida that are here. They just pulled in with this big camper up here.
Oh, gosh.
And so that's the way it does.
I love the tent, the way the tents are set up.
That's a new field out there.
Where's the ditch over there?
Both of them. We had two. They're gone.
Isn't that amazing? That must have taken a little bit of work.
Next year we're going to have a ski jump off the top of the cornfield.
I think you want to. Right down over the cornfield.
Jump.
If you build it, they will come.
No,
this is great.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
We just finished up a few weeks ago, so it isn't finished, but we've got a good start on it. Next year it'll be finished. The drainage will be finished all through here, so it'll be a lot better next year.
We're just starting the festival on a Friday afternoon. By Sunday things will be hopping, huh?
It's going to be, I think, by far the largest festival we've had so far.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
All I have to do is sit back and watch it now.
You watch it go.
Grandchildren and the children, and they all do the work, and I just sit there and watch it and laugh.
I love it. You're the man, Tinker. Thanks a lot.
No, hey, nice talking to you guys.
Have a great day, will you?
I am going to.
See you later.
It's just started.
See you later. All right, Rick Moon, Ken Meyer,
Butch Ryan,
Cedar Ridge, Fred, Fearless Fred.
Fearless Fred.
We got to have a couple of good tunes. What are you going to do for us?
What would you like to do, fellas?
Cabin on the Mountain. Cabin on the Mountain? You know I'm always ready. I'm always. Uh-oh, we got to change keys here.
We got to cheat here a little bit.
There's that famous Gibson banjo, number 7, 1959. All right, anytime you're ready, gentlemen.
sea. Prettiest girl in this whole wide world to me. And every night of her I'm dreaming of that cabin on a mountain far away to the sea. Prettiest girl in this whole wide world to me. And every night of her I'm dreaming of that cabin on a mountain far away in Tennessee.
Move over. These guys are ready for the big time. That was great, gentlemen. I love it. Don't forget what you promised me, Fred.
What did I promise you?
It's time for a little shake and bake one of these times, too, you know.
I haven't even worked it out with him at all.
You promised me you were gonna but he told the whole story. I'm drooling out there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I wrote this song and Phyllis made some spaghetti.
Yeah.
Then was it chicken?
No, it was chicken.
Chicken, shake and bake would have to be chicken, right?
Yeah.
I never shaked and baked any spaghetti, to tell
Maybe
you the
if
truth.
you're around before the festival's over, we'll have it worked up for you.
Okay, well, you got to do one more tune for us anyway. What do you want to do? We play. Tell us about the band.
Well, we're from the Saratoga Springs area down in New York, state of New York, and we've been together pretty much for 19 years. The core of the band, myself, Kenny
You
here.
were only 7 when you started?
That's right. That's He was just a baby then.
What color was the mustache then, we want to know.
Not sure.
We can't remember that far back. But Freddie's been with us for a number of years now, and we love having him with us. He gives us that good
You
driving.
just like his banjo, that's all.
That too.
Boy,
And he's kind of cute, so we like to have him with us. But we've been doing festivals in the Northeast for about 19 years now.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We'd like
It's
to
our
get
first
up
time
here.
up here, and
We're hoping
we've
to.
had a good time up here so far today, and hopefully we can come back up next year.
You'll enjoy the weekend. We've been doing this for several years, watching them since they've been here for about 8 years in this field. It's a far different field in January and February than it is at this time.
It is, coming off the lake like that.
They've done a beautiful job. So what other festivals have you guys been to?
Oh, we've done Blistered Fingers over in Maine.
No kidding.
We're going to Pennsylvania next weekend.
No kidding.
So a new festival that's starting up down there, just south of Vestal, New York, where it's just over the border into Pennsylvania. We're going down there. Then we'll be down in at Wrench's Ranch over Labor Day weekend. That's down in Bainbridge, New York. And so we're looking forward to that. We've been doing that for a number of years. And Ted, the guy that runs it, Ted Wrench, he's been a good friend of ours through the years and always promoted us. Locally, Catskill Mountain Bluegrass.
Oh, that's another good one. There's a good one up here in Madrid that they had a few weeks ago in Madrid over in St. Lawrence County. That was great.
Yeah.
Played at Brandon.
Did you really?
Yeah, you've been around. You've been around.
So I can tell you've been around.
We've been around for a while, yeah. And trying to get back into the local circuit again, and hoping that we can do that next year.
Good folks over here.
Oh, absolutely. You can't beat folks over here in Vermont. Yeah. They're a lot of fun.
So glad you guys
love the
came here.
music.
Everybody loves the music. Kate?
Let's do that one you wrote, Now and Then. You want to do that one?
Okay.
This is one that Rick wrote called Now and Then. We're right in the key of A, huh?
I'm ready.
house we built together. First snows of December start to fall. My mind keeps wandering back to the springtime of a love, dear. Wonder why I never got your call. Now and then a tear comes to my eyes, dear, when I think about the way it could have been. But you had to leave me for another. I think about you, darling, now and then. She was the thing that drove you from me. Was I so blind I couldn't see that when you love someone as much as I did, you dear, have to be prepared to set them free. Now and then a tear comes to my eyes, dear, when I think about the way it could have been. But you had to leave me for another. I think about you, darling, now and then.
Oh, great, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Have you been on stage here yet this weekend?
We did.
You did?
Yeah, we did.
We missed it?
A small set.
That son of a gun. I knew I missed something. That's wonderful. Are you going to play again? Or are you?
No, we're just up for the day. We could only make it up for the day today. And
not fair.
I know.
We captured you forever, though. They're going to hear about you around the world right now, boy. Don't tell all your friends to tune it in on the internet, Plattsburgh.com.
Okay.
Don't forget the H on Plattsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
Or HometownCableNetwork.com, even though that's a little longer to remember. But it's nice that people can see how we live up here. And then we got a good bunch of people from Saratoga and Alburgh and Champlain and Morrisonville and
Plattsburgh.
So you're not going to play it for us, Freddie, baby? I'm going to keep at you till we leave tonight. If we get you down on the ground and get our foot on your shoulder, maybe.
Yeah, we've had to do that several times with them.
Oh, really?
Tie them up and
for a lot of reasons, right? You guys are the best.
Let's get one more.
One more song? All right, I'm ready for one more.
You got a good hot instrumental, or you want to call?
Okay, so this is an old flat stroke number.
Yes, I can tell.
Polka on the banjo.
That I love to kiss, but listen close and hear me. She's not old enough, and I've got another love, and she'll just have to share me. Well, she's 5 foot tall, high heels and all, and she already knows she's got some competition in the composition of that polka on that old banjo. when they start the band, she takes me by the hand, and I begin to swing her. She knows I never miss a chance to steal a kiss or dance a polka with her. I never speak one word, but once that I have heard that one thing I love so. She's caught right in the middle, she's playing second fiddle to that Pocahontas old banjo. Pocahontas banjo, play that 5-string. Pocahontas banjo, give it all you got. Pocahontas banjo, watch them fingers go. Of those songs, I guess the one that I love best is that Pocahontas old banjo.
I love it. Boy, I haven't heard that one in a long, long time.
It's an old one. Not too many people do that one.
Flat and Scruggs would be proud of you guys. Thanks so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Great to be with you. Have a wonderful weekend. I haven't felt rain in a long time.
We don't need it.
No.
I'm ready for sunshine. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Well, the food stamps are here. I said we needed food stamps. Introduce everybody, Donnie.
Okay. Over here on my left is my sister, Phyllis Ezro.
Yes, we know about Phyllis Ezro.
And her
Best hug of the
husband,
day.
And her husband, Joe
Hey,
Ezro,
Joe,
playing the
good to
bass.
see you
Good to see
again.
you, Gordy. And Mr. Fred Warner,
Yeah.
banjo player, guitar player, singer, and then myself, Don Perkins. It's on the fiddle.
God, it just has a ring to it, doesn't it?
The food stamp
Food stamp ramblers.
Like I said, if we don't get a job pretty soon, we'll all be on food stamps.
We're gonna send a copy of this tape over to the boys here for next year, and they're gonna say, "Center stage, gentlemen and ladies."
Oh, I just love it.
Be ready.
What are you gonna do first?
Do a little maple sugar.
Maple sugar, just as sweet as ever, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's
Good
great.
job on that.
We don't know what's going on in the rest of the festival, and right now, you know what?
Yeah.
We don't care.
We're having a ball.
I
here.
love it. Where'd Phyllis go?
Well, she's gone to get her fiddle. We're gonna do
Oh,
for our next number. We're gonna try one called Uncle Pen.
Uncle Pen?
Bill Monroe.
Oh yes, I remember the deep dark.
Oh,
Bill Monroe. He might be even older than you.
I know he's older than me. He's older than dirt right now.
Under the dirt right now.
Yeah.
You know what's killing me? People are cooking stuff all around here. They're driving me, driving me crazy.
Yeah, you can still.
Oh, there she is.
And have that smell come by. Oh, that's going pretty good.
Yeah, I should hear you, right? Or
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come from miles away, dance all night till the break of day. Hollered, hollered, do-she-do, and it was time for him to go. Late in the evening, about sundown, high on the hill above the town. On the band by the fiddle, Lord, how to ring, you could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. A tune called Soldier's Joy, and then they played the one called the Boston Boy. Favorite of all was Jenny Lynn, to me that's when fiddling began. Late in the evening, about sundown, high on the hill above the town. Played by the fiddle, Lord, how did it ring? You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. Forget that lonesome day when Uncle Pen was called away. Hung up his fiddle and he hung up his bow. They knew it was time for him to go. Late in the evening, about sundown, high on the hill above the town. Uncle Pen by the fiddle, Lord, how did it ring? You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. I love it. I love it. Well, isn't that a great song?
Yeah, it is.
You're the man.
When the father of bluegrass can do that, put it out. Ricky Skaggs has put it out, of course, with Bobby Hicks fiddling, but I heard it with Martin Squires and Buddy Spiker fiddling it with Bill Monroe, and that was top shelf.
Never better than right here on the first day of the Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival.
Hey, just here, just doing that.
I love it.
Bugs are flying all over us.
Oh, we don't mind. Okay, what's next? You're gonna do your thing? Are you?
Well, we'll do one more and then we'll do our thing.
One more and then your thing. We're gonna do a whole set here.
Yeah, do the twin fiddle polka.
Joe's ready. He's already plucking over there.
Ready?
I'm ready. And that all of a sudden became the one less string guitar.
Yeah.
I heard that pop. I thought Donnie was going to hit me in the head with a bow. He said, they're coming, they're going to blow us up.
That's one thing.
I bet that's never happened to you before.
Oh gosh, no.
More than 4,400,000 times, right?
Yeah.
So you know we're real people here.
Yeah.
You know this show isn't edited.
No, that's right.
There's no airbrushing going on our faces here. The show on television. Okay.
No, that's good. This is the good stuff. It's good on stage, but this is where
This is the good stuff. I tell more people
Right
about
on
coming
the
over and
camper,
listening to you
boy.
guys
You can't beat it.
for so many years. Now, if you're just tuning on your television set, we're sorry you missed all the good stuff, but maybe not the best of all, because a long time ago when we interviewed Fred, he talked about a banjo thing that he put together. Then he talked about Phyllis and her chicken.
Yeah.
I thought I was the original chicken, Phyllis. Anyway, but the whole thing turned out to be shake and bake.
You got that right.
And when did you write this, Fred?
Well, I wrote it the other day, and I hadn't named it, but when we had practice at Joe and Phyllis's, she provided a really nice meal of shake and bake chicken and rice and summer squash and all
So
that
it's a
stuff.
tribute to Phyllis and her
So
chicken.
it's a tribute, that's right. So we decided to call it shake and bake.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's what we call this banjo piece.
So there's our big number of the day, shake and bake.
So Donnie has just learned to break to it, and the rest of the band is so fresh that they haven't even learned it yet.
Never
So
mind, they'll all be
Donnie
cheering
and
with
I
me.
will pick it for you.
Okay, thanks. We shake them and bake them, didn't we? I love it.
They weren't burned either.
Oh, you guys did a wonderful job. Yeah, maybe we'll hear that on a CD someday.
Well, that would be nice.
That would be nice. And
That'd be nice.
We can derange that.
Yeah, we can derange a lot of stuff.
Freddie and I can derange most anything.
I think you can. You guys are the best. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. You guys are just a fabulous day. Made me worthwhile coming across the bridge today.
Do this.
Thanks again. Kurt Phaneuf looked way too relaxed when we came by. We had to get him out of his chair. How you doing, Kurt?
Great.
This is a good one this year, isn't it?
I love it. It's a really great day and got some great music here. We should have more of this in the North Country.
I think I don't know if I could stand anymore. I just came from Donnie Perkins over there and Fred, and they played a few numbers for us, and a group from Saratoga was over there. This is the best.
Well, I'll tell you, being an old musician, you don't have to tell me about music. The music here is as good as it is anywhere in this country.
Yeah.
There's some great musicians here. The people got to get out and support them. That's the main thing. Of course, I played music with Smiley Willette. I played music with Junior Barber. I played music with Donnie Perkins. So years and years of playing music. Now I'd rather let some young people do it.
I bet you play once in a while, don't you?
Once in a while. You can tell by the calluses here on my fingers.
Once it's in your blood, it doesn't go away.
Well, my whole family were musicians. I got a brother that's 84 that lives in Champlain, still plays.
No kidding.
I think Calvin might even know him. His name is Ken. He seems to do pretty good for an 84-year-old guitar player, you know.
That's pretty good. Anytime I think of musicians, I've known so many famous people who played way up into their 70s, 80s, 90s. And I think of my good friend Millard, the late Millard Eggleston, who was playing fiddle almost up to the day he died, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, like I say, being an ex-guitar player, I still play guitar, but you get to a certain age, you think you'd like to let somebody else do it. But one of my best friends passed away I believe it was last spring in Plattsburgh, Jerry Levine.
Oh my gosh.
And
a name synonymous with music for a long, long time.
Great musician.
Oh,
and he always seemed to rely on the local people to go and listen to his music. And that's what it's all about, you know. You have to have the local support in order to get the people interested in playing music. And if more young people were interested in it today, I think it could enrich his hobby so greatly, you know.
It's great, you know, somebody was reminiscing with me what life was like up here in the early 60s when I first moved here, when General Dynamics was in here building the missile bases, the missile silos. We had the air base going full swing. There was music on every street corner and a bar on every other street corner and music 7 days a week.
I probably played in them all with Smiley Willette.
I did, of course, I bet you did.
And you know, it's funny because I used to play music in Plattsburgh. I was mainly a rhythm and blues guitar player. I played with Curly Plummer over at Dominic's there for quite a few years, and I think back and I say to myself, it's been good. I like music. I always will, you know.
How can you not? How can you not?
You have to.
I talk with all these guys and I say, what would our lives have been without music?
And then we run into nice people like Dick here. Oh, I'll tell you.
Nobody supports bluegrass music more than Cookie does.
No. Well, I'll tell you, Dick and myself, we're bred from the same type of music. I love bluegrass music. I played it with Junior for quite some times, and it's great music. Of course, I know everybody. Doug Knight down in Keysville, and you could bring numerous people, you know, into this, but I think the people, this has got to be the greatest. You got the weather, you got great music, you got great food from the Alburgh Fire Department. Everything the doctor tells me to stay away from.
I think it's good for both of us, Kurt. You're the best.
Well, I used to think I was the best guitar player until I met Jerry Levine.
Jerry Levine was a super guy and what a fine musician.
Institution there in Plattsburgh, you know, and a lot of people didn't know, but Jerry played with some pretty famous people, you know. I used to sit with him and I was amazed at the things that he could do with such a small guitar. It was just beautiful music.
Good for what ails you, boy, I'll tell you that.
Well, right now what ails me is that Alburgh Fire Department food.
Maybe I'll get some before we go. Kurt, thanks for stopping by.
I thank you.
Get
for
back in
having
your
me.
chair. Take a break.
I need to.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
See you later. Jim and Shirley Blair, how are you?
We're wonderful. The sun is shining and there's no rain.
We needed some Chez representatives. Who are you?
Linda Mayer from Hemingford, Quebec.
Well, hi, Linda.
How do you do?
Glad to have you down here today. And what's your name?
Frenchie.
Frenchie, Gordy Little. Frenchie's good enough for me. So what do you think so far?
We think it's wonderful.
Is it up to the best Chez standards or what?
Oh, yes. It's right up to the Chez standards.
Well, this kind of music is #1 in my book.
Yes.
We've been coming over here filming this for quite a few years, and so when it's Bluegrass Festival time again, I'm ready.
This is our 3rd year coming over here.
Is it really?
Yes.
How long have you guys been coming down?
This is probably our 4th now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
4th year.
We were in the rubber boot gang last year when you put your boots on and everything went like that. Yeah. And
Did you see the campers that were right up to here? I felt so sorry. The guys with the big dually wheels on their trucks just going down.
It's worth it.
Really is.
Really, yeah.
Even though it rained like crazy last night, it's beautiful. All right, what's the doggy's name?
Ivory.
Shirley? Ivory?
Ivory, yes.
That's perfect.
She was a dog
Beautiful puppy dog.
for my husband. It was his Christmas present.
Really?
Yes.
How many years ago?
Oh no, she's only like this past December.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, she was 7 months old.
Oh, what a beautiful dog. I've never owned a poodle. I got an English bulldog and a yellow lab husky mix.
Oh really?
My yellow lab husky mix sheds his coat about 3 times a day.
Oh yes.
I missed my dog this year. I used to bring my collie down. I had a purebred, yeah. We used to park here with her. She loved the music and all the people, so.
Somebody just lost a whole bag of popcorn.
Oh really?
Gee whiz, that's tough. So what's new across the border?
Not too much across the border, suffering from inflation like everybody else, but life is good. You got a job, you keep going.
Hemingford's a good place.
Yes, it is.
We love to go up to Park Safari.
Oh yeah, Park
Yeah,
Safari.
we love it. We went up there earlier this year and had a great time. They're good people. Have you seen those white lions up there yet?
No, haven't had time yet. Family members have gone, but I haven't.
It's a half a mile from
I know, like 10 minutes from my house.
Told you, half a mile. Depends on how fast you drive.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
you guys have always liked this kind of music or what?
Well, no, we kind of got into it. Linda asked us to come, and then she got us
Really?
hooked on it. Yes,
You're
we got
responsible?
hooked on it. Yes.
Plays the mandolin. No, not the mandolin. What do you play? You play the banjo, the violin, and the guitar. So
That's wonderful.
start out with that.
Did you bring your instruments with you?
Oh yeah, they're all in the camper.
We just went over there, Donnie Perkins and Fred and the guys were over there playing good stuff for us. I love banjo music.
We know Donnie. We know Donnie well.
And Fred's got a 1959 Gibson. They only made 20 of them that year, and he's got number 7. Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
It's all how you pick it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys are the best. Thanks so much. Enjoy your weekend. Good to see you. Bye, Ivory. See you later. Nice baby. Well, the flags are flying. The banjos are picking. And the Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival 8th edition is well underway. On Friday, August 7th, 2009, a great pleasure for Calvin Castine and me, Gordy Little, to cross the bridge and come over here and enjoy the festivities with our many, many friends, our old friends, some of them older than others, and a lot of brand new friends whom we've made. We hope you've enjoyed all the music and the great conversation. If you didn't believe me when I told you bluegrass music lovers are the best people in the world, I hope you do now. The strains of the music that we recorded today will be heard far off into the future, and who knows in how many countries of the world, reminding you that you may be watching this on your local cable system But I hope you're watching it, if you can, on the internet at Plattsburgh.com or HometownCableNetwork.com. We always enjoy all of your support. We thank you very much for your suggestions. We had a couple more today as we were interviewing people and who they'd like to see us interview and places they'd like to see us go. And Calvin and I hope to be enjoying doing these programs for many, many years to come. From right across the bridge, 2 miles from the bridge in Alburgh, Vermont, it's the 8th annual Lake Champlain Bluegrass Festival. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.